let me show you how to make the most amazing deep pan pizza. You do not need a pizza oven, nothing fancy, easy recipe. And just look at what the outcome is. Like, look at that, look how good it looks. Anyway. Look at this dough. Look at that, that's bread-like.
Alright, so to begin, we're going to add a 7-gram dried active yeast packet to 500 milliliters of warm water. Alongside this, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of honey, mix and set aside for 5 minutes for that to activate. To a stand mix, add 650 grams of a strong white bread flour or type 00 flour and mix in 15 grams of salt with that. Once your yeast water has activated, we're slowly going to start incorporating this until a dough has formed. You don't need a stand mix, you can do this by hand. It takes a little bit longer, but it is possible to get it done by hand, don't worry. Once a nice stretchy dough has formed, I flour my work surface and then just finish this off by kneading with my hands for about a minute or 2. Once the dough becomes nice and smooth, it's ready to prove. I simply take some good extra virgin olive oil up that bowl, cover generously, and then we're going to prove and leave in a nice warm place for around 1 hour. Very important to cover this well and make sure no air is getting in there, otherwise a crust will form and ruin your dough very quickly. Once your hour's up, this is what your dough should look like. It should have doubled in size, and then we're just going to knead it for about 30 seconds, knock out the air, and then slice in half, dividing this into 2 dough balls. Normally I would cut this into 4 when I'm making Italian style pizzas in my pizza oven, but for this deep pan we're going to need this extra bit of dough. Now this is what my dough looks like. I wanted to show you these bubbles. You can see that the dough is very much coming alive and coming together. Once you've achieved this, we're going to oil a pan generously, spread out that oil, then drop in our dough balls, again making sure that we cover this very well and no air is getting inside of it. And then we're going to proof for 1 more hour. Once proofed, you can see how bubbly, how amazing, how much it's expanded. This is our dough ready to go. If you don't want to make this immediately, you can of course just leave it covered in the fridge for up to 72 hours and use it whenever you feel like. Now transfer your dough to a cast iron pan or a pan that's oven safe to use, and then with our fingers we're just going to push out to the edges, creating a crust for our pizza. Now we've created our pizza base, we're going to add our toppings. Go in with a standard pizza sauce, then I'm going to add some fresh basil. I'm going to load this up with 2 different types of cheeses. I've got freshly grated mozzarella, and then I've also got cheddar cheese. Actually, I just lied to you. I use 3 different cheeses. I add Parmesan as well, and I make sure to add a bunch extra right on the sides so it seeps down and forms that amazing Parmesan crust. Transfer to a hob on a medium to high heat, and when you see it start to steam and bubble away, you know it's ready to transfer to the oven. With your oven, you should have it preheated to the highest setting possible. We want to really hit this hard with heat so it gets beautifully golden brown and crispy. Depending on your oven, it should take between 6 and 10 minutes until it's beautifully golden brown. And this is your final result, the most amazing, fluffy, deep pan pizza with that fantastic Parmesan crispy crust. Perfect for dipping into any sauces you want, and you can see just how amazing that base is cooked because we cooked it first on the hob. Now with this second dough, I decided to make a different style of pizza. I went for a barbecue base, and then I added some barbecue chicken that I had left over, finished with some amazing red onions for that bit of crispness. I added some chili for heat, and then I finished with that amazing trio blend of cheese, mozzarella, cheddar, and of course that Parmesan to get that amazing Parmesan crust. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, share it with a friend. It goes a long way. Now all that's left to do is stick around and watch me devour this pizza.
Barbecue based deep pan pizza. Wow. That's incredible. Red onion. Just look at how that base is cooked. Bring the action. Some homemade ranch, because ranch makes pizza better. I don't care what you say, it does. That Parmesan crust with the ranch just works so well. Wow. I've outdone myself. If you like this recipe, subscribe. Mm.